debates and decisions that are shaping our continent now in Europeans.
It's a simple handshake, or maybe not. One man's a Serb, the other's an Albanian. This is the old market in Presevo, in the south of Serbia. The town is 90% ethnic Albanian. There was a bloody uprising in the region in 2000 against years of Serbian oppression which peaked under the Milosevic regime. Today, the people are just surviving.
Life is very hard in the Presevo Valley. Many are out of work. A lot rely on farming, and this year there was a drought. The Serbs have it the same as we Albanians do. Even if the Serbs have more jobs, it's hard for everybody.
Tatiana is Serbian, the deputy head of the local United Nations development programs, supported notably by the European Union. She says the tasks here are just unending. Putting in sewage systems, roads, electricity, trying to set up companies.
The problems, start from like 10, 15 years ago because the government didn't really put a lot of money here and this region was really neglected. And then you had conflict and other things. And although the international community is working here actually for the 5 or 6 years, this is really not enough.
Under the UN's Mir 2 program, Presevo is getting a new market. This should stir up the local economy. For a few years now, most of investment from the Serbian government and the international community has been in infrastructure, building schools, hospitals. But investment budgets keep shrinking. Bits getting chipped off here or there, and the region goes on being Serbia's poorest. With successive changes in government after the UN-monitored 2001 peace accords, development policies have repeatedly faltered. Development here is crucial. Kosovo's just next door, and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. If frustrations are left to fester, it could foster further flare-ups. The Albanian community is pressing not just for jobs, but for the right to use the language in public institutions and to fly the Albanian flag. Some want to join Kosovo if it becomes independent. There is only one Albanian member in the Serbian parliament, Riza Halimi. He says Belgrade has not kept its promises to his constituents and that the uncertainty over Kosovo has worsened their condition.
We are worried, especially since the Serbian Minister of Defence has announced more troops will be sent to the region. What worries me even more is that the Serbian government's Deputy Minister for Kosovo Affairs has said that if Kosovo declared its independence, all links between the region and Kosovo would be severed. This would transform the region into a real ghetto. We would be completely isolated. That, to me, is a form of ethnic cleansing.
In contrast, the Presevo Valley's multi-ethnic nature has been anchored in steps such as a mixed police force. This has been appreciated by the Albanian Serb Roma population. On the other hand, the people abhor the presence of the Serb army and the paramilitary gendarmerie police, whose members fought in Kosovo. Moving outside Presevo, the road quickly deteriorates, the more so as we get closer to the village nearest the Kosovo provincial border. A lot of houses here were destroyed during the conflict. They were rebuilt with European and other international help. But day-to-day life is precarious. Getting to a school or anywhere is difficult. There are almost no public services provided, and prospects are nil. Little by little, villages like this are losing their population.
There's nothing to do here. If things don't get better, all the young people that haven't left yet will leave. They all want to look for work in some country in the West.
This boy grew up in Germany. His father lived there without official permission until he was deported. Back in his village, he says he has nothing left. And the people are afraid. The soldiers and paramilitary camps are very close.
We've heard that if Kosovo declares independence, the Serbs in Kosovo will be sent here. They tell us they'll want to take revenge, and will take it out on the Albanians in the region. Serbia has already sent a lot of soldiers here because we're next to the Kosovo border.
The town of Bujanovac is Presevo's neighbour. The proportion of Serbs here is around 35%. We meet the former mayor, who's president of the local Serbs political coalition. He also denounces Belgrade's disinterest in the Presevo Valley, but he says the Albanians don't need to be so afraid.
Tensions are going to calm down once the status of Kosovo has been settled, and the troops will leave the region gradually. I don't believe we'll get a big influx of Serbs from Kosovo. They'll go more to the centre of the country. This region is cursed. During the conflict in Bosnia, the Serbs from the Republika Srpska, the poorest, came here as refugees. The others went to the centre of Serbia. When the Serbs fled Kosovo in 2000, the rich ones also went to the centre, and the others came here. The people here live in suffering. For anyone who joins us, it doubles their suffering.
Arsic Stoyansa says the only way to guarantee stability is to ensure that the economy develops. And yet public investments in the south of Serbia have been halved this year. The Serbs feel just as let down as the Albanians. In the Serb village of Spevac, Sreko feeds his family by the vegetables he grows. They also raise poultry. A small European subsidy helps them build a greenhouse. He says survival on your own here, without others, is not possible. He is also worried about what the Kosovo negotiations will do to inter-community relations.
The most important thing for me is to avoid conflict. What counts most is that we continue to get along, first of all in my own family and then with our Albanian neighbours, because without our Albanian neighbours I couldn't work and I couldn't sell my produce. We're not interested in politics. All that interests us is finding ways to survive.
Whatever their origins, the inhabitants of the Presevo Valley say they want to preserve the links they have with the others. They hope the politicians will listen to this.